Okay, so shared by the African Fact Zone recently saying Africa's most expensive passport fees. So number one on the list is Cameroon. Cameroon is said to have $181. Number two is DR Congo with $178. Number three is Zimbabwe, $170. And number four is Algeria with $137. Number five is Equatorial Guinea, $137. Number six is Uganda, $109. And number seven is Sierra Leone, $100. And at number eight is South Sudan with $100. Okay, hi. The name is Vadashi. Welcome to the African Time. Well, we are discussing Africa's most expensive passports, and then we have Cameroon being number one with $181. Wow. Going down to South Sudan having $100 for a passport. So Cameroon, DR Congo, Zimbabwe, Algeria, Equatorial Guinea, Uganda, and then Sierra Leone. And lastly, so South Sudan are your top 9 most expensive passports in Africa. What's your country here? And then what do you have to say about this? Well, we'll see this. So this one came and says, makes sense. Why Zimbabweans will rather cross the Crocodile River than go through the border gate? Why are these passports so expensive? They want to keep their citizens at home, or they want to milk their citizens because they are living in numbers. Ew, that must be a South African though. One man is saying that is why Zimbabweans are crossing the rivers to South Africa, because what is the main intention for this high price of visas or passport by the Zimbabwean government? Because are they trying to, this is what he says though, they want to keep their citizens at home, or they want to milk their citizens because they are living in numbers? So Zimbabwean government, which one is it? Are you trying to milk your citizens to stay home, or you are trying to tax them more as they are leaving the country? Which one are you guys doing here? Again, this one also says that they know that this is the last time they see their citizens. Their citizens are going to turn into illegal immigrants and making more money in the underworld. The only reason is to charge them more. Why are South Africans like this? Yo, what did the Zimbabweans ever do to you guys? This is serious too. Nah, can't take this. Okay, now this one says this is exploitation. When the government has no other source of revenue, this happens. Okay, so these are some of the takes from South African people believing that the prices of these passports is so high, and most important, I don't know why the South Africans are also so much of Zimbabweans. Zimbabweans, you guys shouldn't have actually been part of the list, because bro, this is actually getting you guys getting smokes out here. Well, hopefully Zimbabwean government can do something about it. But as the question still stands, are you guys taxing the people for staying home, or taxing them heavily for leaving home? Why? Oh yeah, why too? For the passport thing. So this one says Zim passport is $170 for Zimbabweans who apply inside the country. For those seeking greener pasture in the diasporas, they part away with $250, which is 500,000 rand. Now, that is it. So it says if you're a Zimbabwean and you actually just need a passport to stay in Zimbabwe, you are actually only going to pay around $170. But if you are a Zimbabwean getting a passport to leave the country, you are aiming to pay around $250. Wow. So the government is actually trying to do everything it can possible to get you guys taxed, or get the revenue as high as it can for the states. Okay, because Zimbabweans, I don't know why, but there are a lot of countries where that was mentioned here. I don't know why most people are, or where all the Zimbabweans like that. Zimbabweans, as Africans, why are they so much concerned about you guys so much? They should tell us why. Alright, so this one says on the flip side, it's disheartening to realize that what's labeled expensive in some countries doesn't truly reflect the weight of the cost. Now take this. It says take the passport fee you mentioned, that is $100 to $180, which might not sound outrageous at first glance, but when you stack them up against the GDP per capita in places like Cameroon, where it's about $1,600, that is 181 fee swallows more than 11% of what the average person earns in a year. Okay. Well, he says, then look at a place like the US, where a $130 passport is a tiny fraction under 0.2% of a 70,000 GDP per capita. It's not just that the raw numbers, it's how much heavier the burden feels, because the value of these countries' economies has shrunk in comparison. Now, look at Lagos, Nigeria, for instance. Last year's budget in Naira topped this year's, but in dollars, it's a step drop the fees aren't expensive in isolation. They are crashing because our currencies and economies have lost so much ground. This brings to the forefront the need for Africa to boost each other's economy and also push for one currency across Africa. I understand why most of these countries have do this though. Besides the revenue they generate, it's also a way to discourage a mass exodus. Otherwise, these countries could be empty before you blink. But with what is happening across the globe, we just have to look inward and face our countries. If Europe has several countries that are livable, we can replicate the same in Africa. God bless Africa. Okay, so that is the most, should I say, most well elaborated comment here. Basically, man is saying that the whole prices of this passport thing is actually boiling down to the GDP per capita. Okay, he used a country like Cameroon where $180 is something huge because it's something that some people doesn't even make in a year. But he took America, for example, that the country have a GDP around $70,000. But so when somebody's paying around $180 for a passport to Cameroon, it seems nothing for the person. It's just about 0.2% of their GDP or their capital. See, so basically the whole issue with this high passport thing that we think is so expensive is because of the failure of our government system and our economy. For such that, of course, these things. Okay, so he's saying that most of these countries have done that to discourage people from leaving their various countries. Okay, although he's saying that although Europe have a lot of livable places that we can stay, Africa can also do the same. So God bless Africa. That is basically what man was saying, and it's actually touching. It's beautiful. Okay, hopefully Africa can grow and have the best we can, or we are hoping for to have. The name is Vidashi. This African Time, and we are discussing Africa's most expensive passport in the year 2025. Was your country listed here? Well, that is it for you guys. The name is Vidashi. As I said, this is African Time. Thank you.